least developing countries like Zambia have for a long time strived for a development strategy that will sustain high economic growth, create employment opportunity, and reduce poverty. The search for this development paradigm is motivated by the need for self-sufficiency, enhanced trade, and ensuring that market access opportunities being leveraged under the world trading system are utilized. Simply stated, trade can be a means for development and poverty reduction for as long as supporting linkages such as employment creation and reinvestment to productive areas are well instituted.
The launch of the BETAMPOR, or the better exploration of trade as a means of poverty reduction project by the Consumer Unity and Trust Society CUTS. The title of the CUTS project is very appropriate. Trade is globally recognized as a crucial medium for poverty reduction, particularly in terms of improved integration of developing countries into international trade regimes, and subsequently in terms of a better capacity to benefit from trade. If we look at the research data of the countries which have managed to reduce poverty, it's the same countries which have managed to go into international trade.
The principle of inclusiveness in policy making will be appreciated and sustained by both the state and non-state holder actors. Formation of EIF charters in the provinces where the project will be implemented. We hope to start working on that very, very soon. In the long term, it's expected Zambia will eventually develop an aid for trade strategy. I would like to emphasize that we intend, as stakeholders and partners in development, with particular interest for the private sector development, which benefits consumers, to assist the government by reaching out to those areas where the government, because of its multifarious activities, might not easily reach out, to sensitize stakeholders on the importance of ownership of the AIF. For us, wherever there are consumers or potential consumers, we shall be there to play our part. It's our hope that this year, 2011, our cooperation with all stakeholders will grow from strength to strength.
Zambia faces a number of supply-side constraints, mainly due to lack of perfect economic infrastructure and low awareness levels among the private sector on initiatives which the country is participating in. One such initiative is the Enhanced Integrated Framework, an aid for trade initiative aimed at providing trade-related technical assistance to participating countries.
Poverty reduction requires enhancement of supply. And in supply you have two things. One is production, the other is trade. Both have to be equally addressed if supply has to improve and economic growth has to take place. Now this was an illustration of how potential production was not taking place. And therefore the supply is not there, and therefore a neighboring country has to get its output from far off.
So what we're trying to do here is to identify all policy issues, regulatory issues, and infrastructure issues that have hampered Zambia to benefit and integrate into the global economy. So this is a stage which is extremely important because we have to visit all the stakeholders and ensure that we take on board as many issues as possible. Of course, Zambia went through that process, and the WC trade integration study was prepared. From there is a process of validating, of course, the findings of this study and preparation of an action matrix, which, of course, is supposed to guide the implementation of core activities that would try and transform the economic setup to ensure that you respond accordingly and take advantage of the opportunities arising from multilateral trade liberalization, as it were.
Therefore, trade through, among others, good implementation of enhanced integrated supported projects and other activities under Zambia's Aid for Trade agenda can be made an effective means to address some of those challenges. Further, one among the challenges faced with the EIF process can be attributed to the lack of a coordinated and comprehensive approach to the delivery program.
So we did a review of the rice value chain. Before us trying to lobby the NIO, the government, to include the rice as one of the products, as CATS we believe in research-based advocacy. So we did that research and the findings were amusing that, rice, it's one potential crop and the only thing which is needed is just value addition. Angola, apparently the major exporter of rice into Angola is Brazil, but we've got Western province there. We're not doing so very well. What does this mean? So these are some of the challenges, and then this is what we present in that study.
Through the support from the Finnish Embassy in Zambia, Consumer Unity and Trust Society CATS International wishes to overcome this challenge through the better exploration of trade as a means for poverty reduction project.
All of us involved in Aid for Trade work must always bear in mind that policy discussions and workshops, as important as they are not enough. We must try to reach out to assist those women and men who are the backbone of trade everywhere, the traders themselves. It's not a simple task, but the Finnish Embassy has full faith in CATS' ability to accomplish it and reach out to those women and men to build their capacities. I just want to reconfirm again the Finnish government's continued support to Zambia, whether the government and to civil society in this private sector development Aid for Trade programs.
The launch of the BETAMPOR project will build capacity of state and non-state actors, especially at grassroots, in order to strengthen and influence participation in the EIF process, thus helping promote the utilization and ownership process.